Okay guys, so it's been a while since I've done a video for us, and I thought I'd do one for your assignment tonight with the Swales reading. It's probably be helpful to have a little bit more guidance than I can give on the syllabus. So let me read what I have down for you. I say, this reading will be difficult for many of you. What I'd like you to do is to try your best to understand the article. However, I'd also like you to try and find outside information that will help you understand it. Pay attention to what terms you use to search for this information, as well as paying attention to which information you found useful and credible. Also put some thought into why you felt this information was useful or credible for understanding the article. And then, if you want more information, come here. So what's going on with this? This reading is an excerpt from this lovely book, and it's actually in itself an excerpt from another book by someone named John Swales, who is a big deal in rhetoric circles for this idea of discourse communities. I almost didn't give you this reading because I was worried that it would go over your heads, but then I realized this is a pretty good learning opportunity for that exact reason, because at some point in your college career you are going to be given a piece of writing and you will be like, I have no idea what this says. And so it's good to have kind of a game plan for how you're going to address that. I know many of you have different levels of reading comprehension, so some of you might be able to just kind of get this from reading the text, but I would assume for many of you, you're not very familiar with this style of writing, with a lot of the specific vocabulary that he uses, a lot of the concepts that he's using. And so I want you to think about, how would I figure this out? How would I figure out what these things mean? Because he doesn't explain all of them in his text. And so I want you to do your best to fight through the reading, do your best to comprehend it, of course, but then go online and see what you can find out that would help you understand it. And so when you find information that you decide, oh, this is credible or this is relevant to understanding the article, pay attention to why you think that. And I'm not looking for, don't worry about probably what you've been traditionally told about credibility. There's a concept we'll talk about in class. Credibility kind of depends on circumstance. So, for example, I'm sure many teachers have told you never use Wikipedia. Never use Wikipedia. Yes and no. It depends on how you use it. It depends on what you use it for. So for example, let's say for this assignment, one of the things you do is like, oh, I'll look up, these concepts on Wikipedia. And then after you read what Wikipedia has to say about it, you compare it to the original text. And you're like, oh, okay, this seems to be a decent paraphrase of what's going on. And that's how you decide that Wikipedia is credible, that when you compare it to what the original article says, it makes sense. Or, let's say you look at a blog by a professor and you say, oh, okay, well, this is, from a professor of rhetoric, so this is probably credible. But pay attention to the terms that you look up, pay attention to where you look them up, and pay attention to why you felt it was credible. Why did you decide that this piece of information was legit? What about the information? What about how it was presented? What about who made it? What made you decide that this information was good? And then how did you find that information? What did you search for? What terms did you use? What search engines did you use? What websites did you go to? All that stuff. You don't need to hand anything in to me. I would like you to have this written down for the activity we're going to do in class. So you do need something written up. That can just be like a little Word document on your computer. That can even be some handwritten notes. In class, we're going to make a more formal document out of it. So there's nothing to turn into icon per se. It's just trying to fight through this reading, seeing what you can find online or offline, I don't know, that can help you work through what this is saying, and then pay attention to that. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, feel free to leave me some comments in the comment field. And other than that, good luck. I'll see you in a little bit.